And me coming after another channel is not the same as them going after a bigger channel. Because if they come after me, then I won't come back. That's how I was raised, man. Can't come after me and me sit there and be little Bo Peep. It ain't in my nature. I don't have anything to lose. The big YouTubers do. They can't clap back. But I bet you if any of the bigger YouTubers are watching this channel or seeing some of the things that me and the lawn lames are clapping back and forth at each other about, and BLT clapping back and forth, I bet they're freaking glad that I'm saying something. They ain't gonna say that. They're not gonna come in the comments and say, man, I'm glad you finally said something. But morally, they're probably like, hell yeah, man, I appreciate that, man, because we can't do nothing about it. And I hate those guys always talking about my wife, and I hate those guys always talking about, you know, my accomplishments. Not that I'm a big fan of any of the big channels, no more than I'm a big fan of any of the smaller channels. They just can't clap back. You think I'm going to take business sense or business advice from guys that belittle and do all the things that these losers do? There ain't no freaking way. I don't hate those guys. Because to hate somebody, you have to give a damn. I clap back at them because they clap at me. But they ain't gonna come and say things about me in their videos or do half-ass parodies on me in their videos and then me not say nothing back. Because I'm not a big channel. And I'll be quite honest with you, if I was, I would still come back probably. Because my kids are grown. They come at people that's got little kids and stuff, man, where on a public forum, where, I mean, it's just, it's some low life shit they do. It ain't funny if they talking about your wife and kids, though. It's funny until they start talking about your wife and kids. They ought to have copyrighted issues. I mean, their whole channel's about bullying, but I'm not going to them for business knowledge about how to run a landscape business, because when I look at Lil Mo said he'd been doing it 26 years. 26 years, man. And you ain't got shit. And any guys out there that are starting in the game, if they take your advice, well, they's just as dumb as you. Just saying. And they know how to be, you know, these guys know how to come on YouTube and do videos, and where they're it's so petty, where they're just skirting the copyright laws. Just skirting it. They have fine-tuned that. And I know I should not even acknowledge those assholes. Really shouldn't. And I probably will eventually get old to me, because, you know, I'm out here in the real world, running a real business. It's hard for me to believe that those guys, just tells you where we're at. It's hard for me to believe that those guys have more subscribers than me or a lot of the other guys out here in the game. Because they ain't about nothing. I don't see how in the hell they even got subscribers. They had to have bought some subscribers. But I know they ain't bought much because they ain't got no money. They ain't making no money out here in the game. I mean, I'm trying to think about where my business would be if I never moved past that 6x12 trailer right there. I'm trying to think about where my business would be if I never bought, you know, the commercial 60-inch mowers. Not that you got to have, you know, 60-inch mowers. Where would it be, y'all? Where do y'all think of? Y'all leave me a comment. Y'all tell me where y'all think my business would be if I never bought the tandem trailer. Where would my business be? And I know when you're 30 years old or 35 years old or whatever, or 25 years old, you don't think you're ever going to get older. But you will. You are. It's inevitable. And my channel's about that process. And the thinking behind that process. There's so many things that if I didn't do, and it all comes back to the basis of, I'm talking about for me, it all comes back to the bare basic infrastructure. If I didn't do this, then it would affect everything. If I didn't buy the second 60-inch mower, which required a bigger trailer, then that would dramatically change the business as we see it now. It wouldn't be where we're at. Not that you have to have that to make good money, you don't. But I did, because I was cutting big properties. So grateful and so thankful that I had the foresight to buy the equipment as I got bigger. Because I know I'm going to have guys come back in the comments talking about they made $300,000 last year solo. And how dare me say that you can't do that? I very seriously doubt you're going to make $300,000 solo with one lawnmower, one trailer, in my area. Put it like that. I ain't talking about mulch. I'm not talking about trimming bushes. I'm talking about mowing grass with one person. Hell, if you're doing bushes too, you ain't gonna make that. Because if you're doing bushes, you're not gonna be mowing. And if you're anywhere close to that number, you're working your freaking ass off. You're working 15 to 16 hours a day. 7 days a week. And it can't rain none. All fertilized yards. All weekly yards. But you're going to make $300K with a 52-inch mower. I call bullshit. Solo. I call bullshit. But those will be the ones that come back at me telling me how much they did do. The honest guys that are out here solo, and nothing wrong with being solo, I've did it for years, and sometimes that's the best way to go. You know. Some people aren't meant to have employees. I might be one of them, you know. You know, there's a lot of channels out there that make a lot of good money out here, and they're not, they don't, you know, and they don't have the kind of equipment I got. Not that that's a dig on them, but they are making top dollar, and they are striving. They simply haven't been doing it as long. But you can look at their equipment and see that they are headed in the right direction. You guys know what I'm talking about. Their thinking is headed in the right direction because they're really out here and they're really in the grind. One guy that comes to mind for me, and I believe he's solo, is Matt MG. I believe that he's solo, but I believe he makes a pretty damn good bit of money. And I believe his mindset is to buy bigger equipment. Not that he don't have great equipment now, because he does. He's always investing in this and buying that. He bought a bed edger. Man, that's a great investment. See? That's a great investment that don't cost $50,000. And that's the kind of thing I used to do. He'll buy that, he'll use that to make money with, and then he'll step up a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit better, a little bit bigger. So then at some point, he'll take all those smaller investments on equipment that he did, and he'll be making money from every which one of them. And then when his pocket gets where he feels like it is, he'll pull the trigger and buy a Mini X or a skid steer. And there's another guy that is the same way. Eddie H. He comments on the videos all the time. He probably watches every single one of them. He knows what I'm all about. He sees the hustle, because he's a hustler. He's able to look at the situation and look at his business, and he's making solid moves to get a skid steer. He's having the foresight to do that. More foresight than I had. Just had a big shop built. He's taking the appropriate measures so that he can make more money. Or make different money. Make easier money, okay? Not that any of it's easy, but all right, y'all, so I'm at Home Depot, and let's take a look at what I feel like, or what I know, and I'll try to explain it the best way I can. So, to give, and these are homeowner mowers, okay? All these Ryobis, and even the bigger one. These look like they're electric though. So here's the Ultimate Cub Cadet. $5 grand, y'all, okay? It's got a couple things I look for. It's got the foot pedal, that's good. It doesn't have a great seat on it. It doesn't have a suspension seat. It's got the big casters on it. The deck is, well, I guess they consider that a fabricated deck. 60-inch deck. Yeah, it's a 24 horsepower. See, that's not going to be enough power for me to push a 60-inch deck. If I were doing 24 horsepower, I mean, again, you can make money with this. But for me, it's not built heavy duty enough. Look at the hangers here. Yeah, you'll bend something right here. You'll bend this crap, man. I will. So, this is about the beefiest mower that I see they got. And that's the difference in a $4,000 or $5,000 lawnmower and a $10,000, $13,000 to $15,000 lawnmower right here. So this is the same thing. This is a 23 horsepower. It's a, what is the deck on this one? It's a 50-inch deck. Normally you don't find on commercial mowers, you don't find 50-inch decks. They're usually 61, 52, 48, 36. I'm not going to say never, but not normally. I mean, this is some, I mean, how much is this mower? I gotta see. So for 3,500 bucks, that probably is not a bad deal. So I can make 3,500 bucks with it pretty quick. I don't know how fast it is or what size the hydro gears are. These are all, to me, very extremely low-end commercial, if you ask me. And I'm basing that on what I'm seeing, the way they're built, and the power they have. Now, given that this is homeowner, you can look at the deck. This is what they call a stamped deck. See the rounded on it? It's not welded together. It's stamped with a machine. So if you're going to go into this class here, you're going to want to go with a fabricated deck, and you're going to want to make sure you got a foot pedal. Everything else is just about power, and I don't, like I said, I don't know what size the hydro pumps are, but that's going to be the biggest mower back here. And there's a 42, see, and these right here, I have no idea, I know nothing about them. So I'm not going to speak on things I don't know about. Now, I've had one of these. Well, I used to go through 2 of these every summer, y'all, when I first started. But they were only about 1,500 bucks then. I had a 48. So how's that? I had one like this, a 48. See, they're $3 now, 2,600. 2,600 plus tax. You're gonna be eating the hell out of $3. But they all, first thing I look at is the deck. I usually never even get past looking at the deck. There ain't no sense in looking at the price when I look at the deck on these mowers. So let's step on down here, y'all. So now I had one of these too. I had a time cutter. Actually, the time cutter was my first zero turn, y'all. This is my first zero turn right here. Thought I'd have made the big time. I did good with it, but I didn't know what I didn't know, right? I didn't know that this mower here, all I knew, I was coming from one of those tractor mowers, and then I stepped up to one of these mowers, and when I got this mower right here, y'all, I thought I done hit the big time. I'm sticking and moving 10 times faster than that, 10 times faster. And I'm able to get in tighter places. It's just less work, right? And this is about the same exact one. It's about a 42, yeah. Now I had this mower for probably I don't know. I got this mower after about the 3rd full season. I kept going through those mowers. I'd go through 2 of them in one summer. That's how the business was doing. So once I stepped to this, I thought, like a lot of you guys are doing, I thought, man, I'm making bank money, right? I'm balling, right? And I'm cutting these yards fast. So then I turn around and I end up stepping up to the big, I went from there to a Quest Quest SP. Less horsepower than that one, but more powerful. Don't know how they did it, but it was. And that was the mower that I let Jesse Blackford have. Then, but see, you don't have to go from that to $13,000. You can go from that, and see, they didn't offer all these mowers when I was starting in. See, this is a pretty good mower right here. I mean, it's not an Exmark, it's not a Skag, it's not a Wright, but the price is not of that either. See, you know, $4 grand. Fabricated deck, got a foot pedal. Fabricated deck, got a foot pedal. And 23 horsepower. So it's doable. I can make money with that. So if I went from that to that, then I think I'm balling even more, right? But, and if somebody came at me and said, you can't make no money with a homeowner edition zero turn, I would have said, bull, I've been just like a lot of you guys. I'd have come back at me, I'd have been bullshit. I can make money with one. I do, I'm showing you. But I didn't know how much money I could actually make until I got out of that one and got over to the X-Marks and the big commercial mowers. Now none of these mowers, and I'm not dogging nobody's equipment out, I'm not saying anything bad, but none of these mowers are even close to an X-Mark. Not even, I mean, they're not even in the same league. Little bitty tires. The deck is only about 4 inches deep. And I hate to say it, but look at the price tag. That tells you everything about the quality. I can make money with this for sure. But would I want to have a mower like this for my whole grass cutting career? I don't think so. But I want to have a mower like this for my whole grass cutting career? I don't think so. But I can make money with one of these. I could. So Roy, why don't you buy $4,000 lawnmowers? Because y'all be buying one every 6 months. They'll start acting up on you when you start acting a fool with them, and you're doing things. See all the, if you look underneath these mowers, and this is one of the big things that I don't like about you see all these hangers and stuff? That's candy ass compared to the X-Mark stuff and the Skag stuff too. It's candy ass, man. But the price is $4 grand, dude. You're in business. You're in business with $4 grand here, for sure. But is this mower gonna last this long as that beat up ass X-Mark right there? Well, no. Is this mower gonna make you money to where you can step to an X-Mark or Skag or Wright or some of the higher end mowers, or commercial mowers? These were really not considered commercial. To me, this mower right here is high-end homeowner. I wouldn't consider it commercial, but I can make money with one. So you can go from $2,500 to $3,000 to $4,000, and that's basically what I did, stepping up. So when I talk about the equipment, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. But that's a natural evolution of how I would think somebody would start their business or get into their business. I'm not beating you up because you got one of these mowers here. I'm telling you that if you think you're making a lot of money with one of these mowers I just showed you, then you'll be baffled when you see how much money you can make with a serious commercial mower. And of course, it does not have to be a $15,000 lawnmower. You get on up there to around, and I don't know about the prices now, you get on up there to around 8 to 10, then you got a damn good mower. A damn good mower. I would pay, knowing what I know now. Of course, I couldn't say that when I didn't know any different. Like I keep telling Big Ron, that's what Big Ron runs, is those Cub Cadets. And he thinks that those Cub Cadets are going to be able to compete with an X-Mark or Skag or Wright or Ferris. But y'all know Big Ron, he's smoking dope anyway. It ain't even close, y'all. And again, that's not up for debate, okay? I'm not debating whether you can make money with one of them or not. I know you can. I did. But I wasn't gonna, but I was always open to making more money. Everybody's not like that. I get it now, I guess. I was always open to making more money. That's just how I've always been. I never was just satisfied, because I knew that there was other mowers out there that cost 3 times as much, and I'm like, well, damn, why does it cost 3 times as much? I see why now. There ain't no way one of them mowers would get 3,000, 4,000 hours on it without any spindle issues, deck issues, or anything. If you're cutting grass coming on and off a trailer. Coming on and off a trailer is a big deal when you are when you're looking at lawnmowers. You need heavy duty decks, and you need the heavy duty hangers. I bend them candy ass hangers like they ain't nothing, man. I done it. You hit a little ant bed in the yard, you done bent something. Mower never cut the same. Another thing about those mowers, and I'm not dogging them out, I'm telling you a fact. Another thing about the homeowner, high-end homeowner mowers that you might buy to get started in the landscape business is they're harder to work on than my big mowers. They are. A lot harder to work on. It ain't even close. I can change the belt on an Exmark without a tool. Either belt. You're not going to do that on a tractor mower or on those Toro mowers. At least I couldn't back then, maybe, unless they didn't change the design. But think about it like this. If you're cutting, if you got 10 yards a week and you got a full-time job and you're just cutting, you know, a couple yards a day after work or on Saturday and Sunday, that might not be a bad buy to getting in the game. That might not be. Now I can honestly say this: if you're going to be doing this for money, you need to at least get a zero-turn mower. I would not even think about buying one of those tractor mowers. Not even think about it. It wouldn't even be topic for conversation. Not if you're making money with them, right? Not if you're in the game. So, but I did at one time have a couple of them John Deere mowers, just like the ones that are there. A couple of them. And I thought I was big balling until I stepped to the homeowner zero turn. Then I'm like, damn, this thing right here is badass. It'll run circles around that damn tractor mower. But you couldn't have told me that 6 months previous, because I'd have said, shit, man, I got the baddest John Deere tractor mower around. Then I can get the low end. I can go get a low end residential zero turn mower and run circles around a tractor mower with a whole lot less effort. When I got past the frenzy of getting my first homeowner zero turn lawnmower, Toro time saver, I was able to do those same yards that I was doing with the tractor mower in, well, probably half the time. For real. So I thought I done made it. I'm like, oh my God. That's what I thought. Oh my God, I'm gonna be able to take on, 20 more yards and get done quicker. And that's what I did. I had a John Deere tractor mower and a Toro time saver. That's what I was running. And I had a guy working with me. And I thought I'd have hit the big league, y'all. But that's because I didn't know what I didn't know. Nothing wrong with that. But you don't know what you don't know. You couldn't have told me nothing about a $8,000 lawnmower back then. Or $10,000 lawnmower. You couldn't have told me that it makes sense to buy one of them because I didn't know. Just like a lot of guys out here that are getting started in the game, they don't know what they ain't getting because they ain't never had it. You step to you go from a John Deere tractor mower to a freaking Skag mower or any commercial zero turn, you'll be thanking Ray. You'll be thanking me for being hardcore about it and saying there's no freaking way that you're going to be able to do as many properties with that tractor mower as you do with a low-end zero-turn mower. It ain't even got to be an expensive one. They're simply not, tractor mowers are simply not able to turn around fast enough. They're not able to, your turning radius is doo-doo. But you couldn't have told me that. I'd have been defensive just like a lot of these guys come at me now. In the comments. Don't come at me sideways like that because I'm showing you what my natural progression. It ain't my fault that you've been doing it 15 years and you still at the Cub Cadet mower for $3,000 and thinking that that's the best that you can do and that's the most money that you can make. Don't think like that. I want to know that the mowers that I got, if I can't cut it, can't nobody cut it. I want to know that. That helps me bid on jobs. That helps me because ain't nobody, if I can't do it, then there ain't nobody else gonna be able to do it either. Based on the mowers that I have. And I know there gonna be some comments, people coming back in the comments saying, man, them old raggedy mowers, you got them old ass mowers. I'd rather have an Exmark with 1,500 hours on it than a brand new any mower that I just looked at. Brand new, give it to me and I wouldn't take it. I would take the Exmark 1,500 hour mower first. I would, I know for a fact. Not because I'm crazy, but because of what I've learned since I've been doing this about equipment. It's in your best interest to learn about your equipment, dude. Plain and simple. But y'all, that's all I got for today, man. I kick back, man.